Here we are, stars, in the star room. October's full moon on October 20th. It's an elevation of emotions. And then knowing what sign it's in is going to be important too, because then we understand what we're dealing with. If you know anybody that's a Libra, they're kind of diplomatic. They're about fairness, right? But this is not a full moon in Libra. No, it's not. This is a full moon in Aries. When we have a full moon, it'll be an escalation in emotions pertaining to that sign. So it's a full moon in Aries. And then a little bit later, we'll go a little bit deeper and we'll take a deep dive at the chart. If you haven't already, take a moment, give me a thumbs up, share this video out, and maybe subscribe, especially if you like what you hear. This full moon, heightened emotions. So heightened emotions doesn't always have to be bad, especially when it's an Aryan energy. Because Aryan energy, the youth, the small child, it is the child of the zodiac. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So we're really young when we're in our Aryan energy. Sometimes we can be naive, fearless, first at everything. We just kind of do things. We don't really think about it because it looks, fun. Aryan energy is very fun energy. It's adventurous, courage. It has no fear. It just goes to seek. But it seeks because it wants to be first. It doesn't care if anybody else has done it. Matter of fact, it's more appealing if nobody else has done it. And it doesn't mind doing it alone. It really does prefer to be front. It really does prefer to have people behind it. A really good high expression of Aryan energy is someone who's leading. We've seen in the last few years, there's a lot of people have a lot to say. And in this age of self-awareness that we're in, people are all about speaking their mind, their opinions. Lots of other individuals who line up with those same beliefs latch onto them and think, hey, that's my leader. Whether they call them a leader or not, right? Doesn't matter. It's the fact that you've found somebody who thinks the way you think, who talks the way that makes sense to you, who may believe the same things you do, who just kind of vibes with you, right? And they're talking, they're doing something about it. They're saying something, and you admire them for that. And they're being outspoken. And so they kind of feel like a leader in a sense. The other thing about the Aryan energy, other than leadership qualities, they like to take risks. They take risks because they don't think about the consequences. They don't really look. I put my head down and I charge. I'm using my body. They know they're strong. They know that they can just plow through. And it's not until many years later, and I mean years later, right? Remember, Aryan energy is like the fine wine. You got to let that thing sit for a while before it matures. Aryan energy is really impulsive. It can get easily frustrated. It can get easily angered. It can get angered surprisingly. It can go from 0 to 10 in no time at all. Well, here we are, the full moon, October 20th, and we are going to be feeling Aryan energy because it's a full moon in Aries. Now, again, a lot of great qualities in Aryan energy. It's a very independent spirit, all about me. It's all about my body. Take action. That's Aryan energy, wanting to take action. And it likes to take action when it wants to take action. It wants to do it how it wants to do it. And if it wants to do it by itself, then it's going to do it by itself. It's not real thrilled about being told what to do. Remember, it wants to be the leader. Well, leaders don't take kindly to somebody else telling them what they should be doing. Well, here's where Aryan energy gets caught up. For an Aryan energy to be a leader, it's really not the leader. It's Mars. Mars rules Aries. Mars is the soldier, not the general. Mars is the soldier. It takes orders. So when we remember that, right, within each of our own selves, right, this isn't about looking at somebody in your life and pointing a finger at them and say, oh, that's you in your Aryan ways. It's really more about looking at ourselves and being like, yeah, I did that. Something about ourself and our actions is ending. I'm calling this a foreshadow full moon. And when I show you the chart, you're going to see why. But once I tell you the degree that this happens at, this degree is going to come up again and again. And it's going to have to do with the planet Pluto and the Pluto return in the United States house of money and finances. Things are changing and a beginning to a new way of being. And it involves Pluto. Both Pluto and Mars are considered Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy is considered our shared values, our shared investments, our shared money, our shared energy. Something is ending and something is beginning. Through all this change, the universe was preparing us for the major shift and changes that are coming.